Progtime, the Layered Reality YouTube show.
Friends, welcome to another episode of Progtime, the May edition this time, and we got another jam-packed edition full of content for all of you from all the, well, at this point, usual suspects. I mean, by now you should know who we are. We've been doing this for a while. But before we go into everyone's individual music segments, we're gonna go to some news. The most important news right now is that we are promoting the live release from Metethameth called Telluric Nights, which is an integral concert video shot on a very special night at a gig in Romania, where the band performed a massive show in which they played old songs, new songs, and a lot of different things. I believe when this video comes out, we are at the first 6 songs, and there's gonna be more, so check it out here on the YouTube channel. It will help the band a lot because they would love to spread their amazing music to each and every one of you. I mean, I think it's pretty amazing, otherwise we wouldn't have signed them. I mean, duh. And besides that, multiple artists are working on new things in the background right now. All I can say is that we're probably gonna get a pretty busy period after the summer, but I'm also excited for that, so that's also a lot of fun. And I'm gonna round up my segment with a little new thing that I wanted to do on Progtime, and that's just randomly putting some attention to a Layered Reality release that I think you guys should be checking out. And one of these is Mercurial by Iris Divine. I hope the light is not f***ing this up too much. I'm so sorry if that's the case, but this album is really awesome. You know why? The moment you listen to this, your chakras are gonna be cleansed, and you will finally get a phone call from the love of your life saying how beautiful your kneecaps are. So, you know, I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to hear that their kneecaps are amazing, said by the love of their life? I mean, that would be the most beautiful thing ever. And this is, of course, absolutely 100% true. Anyway, that's enough for me for now. Enjoy the rest of the program. We're gonna go to Lauren with Is It Supposed to Sound Like That? Let's go!
It's supposed to sound like that? Oh, okay. Hey everybody, it's Lauren Howley from Layered Reality Productions, looking like an extremely cracked out version of Doro Pesh today. My colleague James Delbridge and I share the exact same hairstyle. However, James doesn't look like this. He looks a lot better. Anyway, today I'm recording this month's episode on Progtime, where I review a progressive metal band for non-progressive metal listeners, much like myself. And today I'm going to be talking about a band from Gothenburg, Sweden, and they are called Evergrey. And the album is called The Atlantic. In the last take I did of this, I said it was the Atlantis. Hailing from Gothenburg, Sweden, and been around since 1993, headed up by singer-songwriter Tom England, Evergrey are what I would think actually is probably going to be the most easiest to start listening to if you're not a progressive metal fan. I would say that they are more prog adjacent and that they have more power metal elements to them, more sort of doomy elements to them. If you are a fan of bands like Sullen, Queensryche, even Iron Maiden, you're going to like this. Simply because there's nothing weird in it. Tom England's vocals, extremely clean, there's lots of keyboard, there's lots of really sweepy guitar solos as well, actually, which I think are very reminiscent of Pink Floyd and David Gilmour. So if you like that as well, then you're going to love this album. When I started listening to this, I was listening to this in my bedroom, and I actually thought to myself, I'm in the wrong place to be listening to this album. Where I should be listening to this, and what I wish I was listening to it in, was driving down a deserted desert highway at dusk with the window open and your arm just sort of flapping around with the wind in my dream car, which would be a 1968 Mercury Cougar XR7 covered in dust. Because the first 3 tracks on this album, holy shit, that is what you need to be listening to, because it is just awesome. In my opinion, they're just awesome. It starts off with A Silent Arc, and then it heads on to Weightless, and one of my personal favorites, which is All I Have. And the vocals are extremely clean, really nice. It's dark. The lyrics are dark. It does invoke that kind of dreamy almost atmosphere that is perfect for that type of environment. There are other tracks on this album. Another one that was a standout for me, which was A Secret, Atlantis. This time I got it actually right. The beginning of that particular track has more of a Iron Maiden feeling. If you do like that kind of stuff, you're more symphonic metal, you're gonna really enjoy Evergrey. Now they do have a new album coming out this year, and I need to get my pad back because I can't remember anything when I write down. It's called Theories of Emptiness, and I don't believe it's been released quite yet. However, if you go on to Evergrey's actual website, you can pre-listen to the tracks, and they are taking pre-orders as well. If you like this particular album, they do have a new one coming out. I just think it's a great album. I think it's just one of those nice albums that you can put on in the background, that you're doing stuff to, you're just chilling out, and there's little bits that are going to make you prick up your ears, especially the keyboard work, which I think is a bit underrated. There's little electronica elements, there are little classical elements that are to it. That being said, hopefully you enjoy this album. Next month I'm going to be actually out on the road doing some work, so I don't exactly know what I'm going to do for next month's installment of Progtime. However, if you've got anything to tell me about Evergrey or your opinions about Evergrey, put them in the comments, let us know. Let me know if there's anybody else you want me to talk about, because obviously I am open to suggestions. So that's all from me. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Hey there, guys and girls, and anything and anyone in between. This is Nerdish Steel again, best segment of the best show that is on YouTube. Today we're gonna talk about Avantasia.
Twilight falls, ghostly the hands that reach out for you.
Project of Tobias Sammet from former Evergrey fame. This is like a huge radio play with people like Ralf Schepers from Primal Fear, Floor Jansen of Nightwish, Michael Kiske of Halloween, Jordan Lande, Ronnie Atkins, Bob Catley, Eric Martin from Mr. Big. I think it's endearing to listen to these narratives, and that is, I think, the thing that you prog lovers might like or love the best about this, is that it's complex, it's very melodic, and it's a bit like iron with added cheese, like a big burger of cheese and pathos, full on cheese. It's from 2022. You know, 20 and the 22. And it's got 11 tracks. It's 53 minutes and 53 seconds long, which is too long for many gatekeepers, but we don't care because we are the cool kids, right? That is all for today. Much love from Germany. You rock.
Hey everyone, James here from Lycanthro, as usual, and welcome back to Tokyo Tunes here on Progtime, the monthly show where I prove month in and month out how deep I can possibly go into the nerdy J-metal depths. I hope you guys last month enjoyed the absolute majesty that was Galnarius. This month, I'm going to be talking about another top 3 Japanese band for myself. This is a band that combines epicness and majesty. Definitely one of the most unique and amazing bands from Japan. I'm of course talking about the incredible Unlucky Morpheus. Unlucky Morpheus' origin is definitely the most unique of any band that we've covered thus far. They started in 2008 by vocalist Fuki and guitar player Shirin as sort of an animetal style band. Now, for those of you who don't know what that term means, animetal is derived from the band Animetal, which was a Japanese band from back in the 90s or 2000s, I believe, that did covers of anime and video game songs, and that term has been used to apply to any other kind of band that does those such covers. Although later on in their career, they would start producing original music with their 2014 effort, Affected, but they didn't actually start gaining any actual notoriety online or overseas until their incredible 2015 EP, Vampire. But I also think contributing to their early success, it very much helps that lead vocalist Fuki was already the vocalist of Japanese power metal legends Lightbringer. But when she joined Unlucky Morpheus, I feel like this band was a band that more propelled her to a mainstream stage, at least overseas, because they still have that Japanese metal sound, but they also combine it with a more European sonic artistry as well as image. And as usual, I feel like prog fans would love this band just because of their eclectic songwriting style and their very unique use of instruments within that style. They do a really great job of mixing that romantic sort of sound and imagery that you'll get from a band like Camelot, and then mixing that together with the absolute sonic instrumental madness of a band like Dream Theater. I think this is a good time to bring up Unlucky Morpheus' virtuosic violin player, Jill. Now, Jill, in my opinion, is probably the person who holds this whole band together and gives them their unique identity. She's easily one of the best violin players I've ever seen, and Unlucky Morpheus in general are one of the very few power metal bands that I've seen embrace the violin as a lead instrument. And yeah, imagine a violin player playing Paul Gilbert's lead guitar lines from Racer X. Yes, it is as awesome as it sounds. In terms of recommendations, I think a great place to start with this band would be their 2020 output, which is the weirdly titled Unfinished. I discovered them because of this album, and it's definitely one of my most revisited albums of the past 5 years. And this is one of the very few albums I can say is all killer, no filler. Best track, I definitely have to give it to the amazing Titanic closing track that is Carry On Singing to the Sky. This song has an amazing melody, memorable performances across the board, and is also a very loving tribute to the late great Andre Matos, famously of Angra. Unlucky Morpheus' guitar player Sheeran has gone on record many times saying that Angra is his all-time favorite band, and I feel like they definitely did the tribute justice in this song. This song is one of my favorite power metal choruses I've heard of the past 5 years, easily. And also, as a vocalist, I also want to draw some attention to the amazing Fuki Commune on vocals. Fuki is definitely one of my favorite vocalists in metal, and just one of my favorite vocalists today, period. She brings such a memorable style of vocals, very reminiscent of the vocalist of another band that I covered here on this channel, being Kuroneko from Onmyo-za. Their absolute sheer mastery of vocal tonality is really something to behold. Alright, well that about does it for me on this episode of Tokyo Tunes here on Progtime. So as usual, give us a subscribe, support underground prog, and as usual, stay metal, my friends.